bitch have a look of disdain, God forbid she laugh. You know, like bro, like imagine the psychological effect. And we're live.
Derrick, do you sometimes wish that you weren't here, that you could, put yourself into a different world? Not like, suicide, but like, you could put yourself in a different reality. Yeah.
It just depends. Like, like there's been a movement, where kids and like people have shifted like their thoughts, or you can't say what you want and things like that. And sometimes it's like, y'all really this serious about this? Like, it's not that,
Mm-hmm.
like some people dedicate their whole life to nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it gets to the point where they dedicated so much time to it, they can't go back to the normal reality.
Mm-hmm.
Because they do so, it's just like them pretty much ignoring the half the year they spent.
It's like a character they play.
Yeah.
Now, real quick, I'm gonna go back to my point, because the reason why I ask is because there's a new TikTok craze, trend going around, and it's called shifting. It's funny that you said shifting, because it's called shifting. And so what it is these kids, they go to a different reality, right? They concentrate real hard and, meditate or some shit. They concentrate real hard and they put themselves into a different reality. For some reason, a lot of them go to Hogwarts. Harry Potter? You ever watch Harry Potter? They go to Hogwarts. Now, granted, I've seen Harry Potter. Hogwarts would be a cool place to go, but I also know it's fake, right? So, like, you have people like this who are very passionate about it. And I'm going to have to mute it because, there's music in the background, but you just have to read. It's nothing serious.
It's 4 a.m. I just woke up from a shift of 8 months at Hogwarts.
I want to go back. And she's crying. So it was funny that you said the shift and then you're talking about being passionate about it and stuff, because we have these kids who are genuinely crying and saying, I just woke up from a shift. It's funny because I just woke up with a shift of 8 months at Hogwarts. So she just took like a quick nap. And she had like a dream, and the dream lasted, and her dream role was 8 months, and then she woke up and then just didn't like being at home, So it's...
Yeah, it's... So, like, in Japan, they have a psychological disease. I think it's, like, called Shinobi or something like that.
Mm.
It's basically where kids refuse to grow up and accept reality. So, like, it's some dope-ass animes about it, right? Mm-hmm. It's about these kids growing up. They think they have superpowers. And it's only, like, 2 kids, right? The rest of the world is in, the normal space of reality. Mm-hmm. And they offer... And then, like, in the animes, they grew up from, to start accepting the world as it is. And it's just sad too, because it's like heartbreaking. Because
you see them lose their childhood, like...
Yeah, because reality is depressing.
Sucks. The real world sucks. I'm sorry.
For only a few of us.
Yeah. Usually, it is. I've noticed it is kind of what you make it, but also it does suck in a general aspect. It just getting to where you want to be can be a sucky path.
But that's part of the journey, because some people... I feel like we lack the determination to get to the journey. Like, because every superhero movie, every, film, it starts with a training montage.
Yeah.
Like, they don't, like, and when they start off strong, like, that's why people don't like Wonder Woman. They don't like Captain Marvel.
Marvel? Yeah. I don't like Captain Marvel either.
Because they forget, because there is a hero story, right?
Yeah.
But they lack the training montage, the suffering.
Yeah, even though they have you could say something like Doctor Strange. Like Doctor Strange, he was
amazing. He's a doctor, and then his whole world crumbled down.
And then he had to learn, even though he has these amazing powers, but he had to learn how to use them. He had to learn how to utilize them. Spider-Man had to learn how to. Even a cartoon, The Incredibles. The Incredibles had to learn how to use their powers.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? They weren't just out of the blue, just flash around on water and shit. You had to learn.
Like Captain Marvel, her biggest inconvenience was a lapse of memory. Like it takes.
Bitch, that's me.
Like, and it's the part,
that's my biggest weakness too. Fuck.
But the crazy part is because they have writers and they know because everything has the fundamentals and the basics, right?
Mm-hmm.
So everything, they should know how to write a hero story.
But where do you think they really kind of stop and start caring? Because the Marvel universe is and credit to the writers and all them for making it a whole universe to where you can branch out different stories and stuff. But there's definitely more stories that they care less about than others. You know what I'm saying? So like, is there like, yeah, they have this outline and stuff, but do you think some stories in some movies they're just kind of like, okay, yeah, this there, let's just get something out this year while they're waiting for this. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's technically up to the director, right? Because like I think it's like a pair of brothers that made certain Marvel movies, and then the rest get to other directors. I think it's like the Spiel brothers or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's about like the passion of the director, like how much they care about the film. Like for Sonic, for example, they changed the character from the ugly looking thing, and they
changed it back after that petition.
Yeah, because like
Ryan Fleck and Anna Boden were the Captain Marvel directors.
Like, so they put the passion back into the shit. Like the fans say, nah, we not seeing this movie unless you change this. Like we're not like, because like sometimes it'd be a social project, basically Captain Marvel. We need a female main lead and shit, but.
Yeah, I watched. Because I'm not.
It's like
I'm not a big Marvel Universe guy, but I didn't really like Captain Marvel. It wasn't really that. I just.
Well, it's like the politics struggle, like where they put feelings, like because everything needs to have a female, strong character and shit, but they try to put it to the extreme because they feel like it's a male dominated space when it comes like to the hero roles and stuff like that. So they try to have, the gay people, the just they try to be, I guess include every, group and stuff, and it kind of detracts from the actual story.
See, I don't really when I'm watching a movie or a show, I don't care about a lead, like if it's black, white, this, that, the third. Like obviously, if you're making a show or a movie based around something that has to do culturally, like if they're making a movie. About some World War II in Asia, obviously you have to have Asian actors for that, you know what I'm saying, like if it's based in that time and you have to have Asian actors, not really, but like if it's just like a horror movie or something like that, I don't really care, but I just really want people to be smart and make the smart decisions, because there's a lot of TV shows where I'm really interested in, but they have a character go down a certain path that doesn't make sense, that pisses me off. Like I watched The Blacklist. Very great show on Netflix. I'd highly recommend it. And they have, spoiler alert, it's an old show, so it doesn't really matter. But they have Liz, the main character, go against this Red, who's the other main character, who's her father. And she has, during the season 7, they have her go against him to go and like follow what her mother's been doing after he's been doing all this the whole show. And then she doesn't have a reason to do that, but she just does it because she's stupid. And then the whole show kind of gets thrown off because she's making these dumb decisions, and you're watching it and you're like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, why? Like this, like you have all this money and wealth for this, and then you're going against this lady that you don't even know that still is kind of lying to you and killed people that you love.
Yeah, because sometimes they try to make a shift, right?
They try to give you that plot twist, but not all plot twists are good.
They had to lead up to it. Like if the father was bad, you know what I'm saying, and you just catch these subtle.
It's a complex show, but
like the show, so a good show, right? For that scene, for example, they would take that, right, the perfect family, where he has money and stuff like that, and then
it's a little bit more complicated than that. But
I'm just like the base, because everything has a basic, so you make it complicated there. So you show this perfect picture, and they'll show the flaws slowly like creep in until the picture almost seems eerie, like the perfect family seems like out of place, and then that's where the shift would come. But nowadays they just don't give a fuck about anything. Yeah, like. But what I was talking about, like, it's like the diversity and stuff. Like, they'll try to make it social, right? So it'll be like, we'll have the gay person and blah, blah, blah. And for me, like, I don't like watching certain things because, like, it does matter to me, like, if your main character's gay, black, white, things like that. Mm-hmm. Because, like, if you watch something with a gay main character, they're going to have gay sex scenes or, gay, things like that. Mm-hmm. And I don't be trying to watch that shit, like when the gay people be kissing on the shows, I'll be click to hit the skip button and shit. Because, like, I don't care if you're gay, but I just don't want to see that shit.
I haven't seen a lot of movies with gay sex scenes. What movies are you watching, Derek?
They have it all the time now. Like, even in, crime shows like NCIS and shit like that, right? they'll have the gay couple that gets killed and shit. Normally.
Oh yeah, I kind of get what you're talking about.
And then
now,
like so they'll spring it upon you. But I'm not even like, because it's like when I watch something, you get the synopsis and the description or the first view. So like if I watch a gangster movie, right, I'm expecting to see gangsters.
I know exactly what
things
you're
like
talking
that.
about, yeah.
But like say they do a dumb decision like make the main character gay just for whatever reason, like that's not the gangster trope.
Yeah.
Like it's okay if you can make the story, but like say like a gay James Bond, right?
Yeah.
James Bond is like they have sex, espionage, and things like that, right? So the main character is gay. From me knowing about spy movies, I'm expecting there to be a gay sex scene because there's always supposed to be a sex scene in a spy movie. So that would deter me from not watching it, basically.
Now I get what you're saying because I also don't like when they push stuff down your throat. Like I was recently watching a series of a season of. Please pause. After what you were just talking about, I didn't even think you. I gotta say pause because this nigga's talking about some such shit. That's how that works. But anyways, so I was watching the season Cult on American Horror Story, right? And it seemed like a very wannabe woke episode because it was made during the Trump and Hillary election. So it had a lot of that going on. It was just about a guy making a cult and like being very political. And it was very political and it was very woke. And it was a good season, but there were a lot of times when it threw me off because the main characters were lesbians. And again, I don't have time. Like I don't care. But they were also like very woke lesbians. Like she didn't allow her son to have a hamster because they were all allergic to, because she was allergic to this thing, and then then she didn't want it in the house, and then they were only allowed to eat certain foods, and like and the kid was like, I want to name the hamster Mr. Snuffles or whatever, some shit like that, and she's like, we can't have those type of names in the house. I forget
like the
cis
misters and stuff like that.
cis words, whatever the fuck it is, cystonomic names, whatever the fuck she said, something cis.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and then it was like I was watching it and I was like, just shut up, I get it, but shut the fuck up. The kid's trying to have a hamster. Like that really doesn't have any relevance to the show.
That kills me, right? Because like it's basically you're manipulating people, right? Because basically, right, the way to get.
I think that they were just trying to fit into the times because other seasons of American Horror Story were like good and they didn't really give a fuck.
Well, like there's like because the agenda is money, right? Because like people say, oh, why is the world this way, right? But the end is like there's no like real mastermind behind stuff like that. It's money, right? So like when the TV used to pander to women because they were home, like when men were at war and stuff, like the late night talk shows. Those are all like at women like I forgot the big ones, like not the Ellen Show, but Jimmy
Fallon,
Jimmy
Kimmel, Conan,
the one with like Wendy Williams or whatever,
the Wendy Show,
stuff like that, like the Oprah Show. Those
are
all The View, stuff like that. Those are all catered toward women because that's where the money is. Women spend more than men, right? So if you have majority of your audience is women watching your show, you gotta pander to them in a certain way, like the feminist movement. It's all hosted by women, you know, like because there's like a men's right movement, but that shit gets overlooked like motherfuckers, like Like the statistics be crazy sometimes, bro. Like, like I think they're saying something like there's hundreds of shelters for abused like women and stuff like that. But there's only one for men. Just one out of all 50 states, just one.
I guarantee you, it isn't really like anything special.
That's what I'm saying though. Like, and like so, what would happen is like they'll bring up the statistics, right? But sometimes people like I say like. I know you're bringing up facts, but how I feel about them, like it gets to that point where it's just like, are y'all serious? That's the point where like I wish I was in a different reality sometimes because I'm real, like based off like the facts and stuff because I can't live off possibilities. Like I live off the probabilities or something because like the possibility of something happening to me.
Possibilities are endless. That's why they say it. Possibilities are endless.
And then a lot of people live in that possibility realm.
You could list off them forever, honestly. Yeah. That's why they're possible.
But I feel like I live in a probability place, and most men in general do. I can't speak for women.
Now, speaking on probabilities, 'cause we're gonna switch the subject to something a little bit different. But speaking on probabilities, Derrick, what do you think the probability of successfully shooting your shot if you tweet somebody on Twitter? Like if a girl, for example, tweets out, "Who want to put their sausage in my grill?" Right?
Do I got a blue check mark or not?
No, her at. Oh my
No,
God,
do I got a blue check mark? 'Cause, like,
no, you don't.
if I don't got a blue check mark, then
No, you
it's
don't.
slim. Zero, like
Okay.
almost 0.00004.
Okay.
But I got a blue check mark. It's at least a 50-50.
Okay, now let me ask you something. What would be your line back to that? You know, who want to put their sausage in my grill? What would be your line back to that if you had a blue check mark or not?
Get a husband.
That's your pickup line to that? You're trying to holler at her?
Nah, I don't pick up women on the internet.
Okay.
I would tell her to get a husband because, like,
Okay.
Hold on.
No. Before you go off, hypothetically, we're gonna do this, Derrick. Okay. Yeah. So usually, let's hop into that good old imagination you have. Okay. What would you say? Okay, if you did shoot shots at women on the internet like this, what would you say to that?
What?
Who want to put their sausage in my grill? Obviously, you know, that's a sexual innuendo for penis into the vagina for sex.
I don't know. I probably like try to do something clever, like you know, like I don't know, like probably something like
this is where we test Derrick's game right here.
Nah, cause like it'd be weird, cause like I don't like doing shit like that, cause that's like a gameplay to me. I don't feel
yeah,
like
obviously it is.
It's
a thirst trap. She's not gonna. She's just gonna flirt back with a couple of them just because it is.
Just
but
it's because it's just a waste of my time.
Humor her. Just humor her.
But I don't like humoring females. That's a crazy part.
That's what I'm saying, Derrick. Just
wait. So
this is like pulling teeth.
I can't. You put me on the spot here, but
I
I'll
know.
think about it for a second, and I try to make a joke about like penis size. Like, cause you know how there's like Italian sausages or like the big long ones, the bratwurst and shit. Yeah, okay. So I feel like I don't know. It depends if your girl can handle a bratwurst or some shit.
Okay.
But like I haven't really like, cause in my opinion, bro, like a lot of the social media shit.
Or you could say some shit like I can bring the sausage, but can your buns handle it? Some shit like that. Anyways, but. Well,
fit on the buns,
your reply wouldn't be something as if I got a hot sausage though, right? You want to know meaning AIDS. So if would you openly shoot your shot on the internet with somebody if you have AIDS like that, just publicly like that? Like what's the?
Well, if I have AIDS, I'll probably join the community for people with AIDS or people that deal with AIDS. 'Cause it's kind of weird, like. Because, like, men get rejected at least 98 out of 100, right?
This is 100 out of 100.
No, that's like a 99.99999 rejection rate.
You think someone's going to...
So that's why I would join the community, so my rejection rate would still be the same 98%, you know? Like, because why would you want to, like...
You think people with AIDS have time to be rejecting people?
Well, yeah, because, like, think about it, bro. Because, like, people are savage, bro. Like a lot of people have an inflated view of themselves, right? Mm-hmm. Like, because you know how you were saying, like, we feel bad for people that have small dicks and shit. Yeah. It's like, there's nothing you can change about it. But imagine, like, every time you pull out your penis, right? Your manhood, and a bitch have a look of disdain. God forbid she laugh, like bro, like imagine the psychological effect that would have on a person.
If that ever happened to me, I think I would cry,
bro. But like
that would be, I think that would be like.
But imagine it happens to your adolescence. Like, say your dick's not small, right? But you don't know that, like, cause growing up, right, it's like a coming to age thing where you learn to figure out about yourself, like what your weaknesses, things like that. So say you're average, and then you pull it out, and the bitch laugh. Now you're psychologically fucked up, because even though you're normal, just from that one experience, you think you're not normal anymore. Yeah. So now you act different. You know what I'm saying? She was taking monster dick or some shit.
She was fucking with a snow bunny.
Yeah. Well, and snow bunnies are cool. Like, I mean, I ain't got no problems with them, but like just imagine, bro. Like, the psychological effect of that is just like a repeated blow. Like, motherfuckers be offing themselves because of shit like that. Like,
Mm-hmm. Or offing them because of it, other people.
Yeah, but, but most people, they'll off themselves first before they touch a motherfucker. It's like, because it's harder to direct your anger at somebody, because like say if like because most people's first thought is like, what did I do wrong? Like you know, like because sometimes I'll have conversations with people, and you know I'll be joking, but like some people don't know me fully, like the people I have a conversation with.
Yeah.
And then you could feel like the shift in the air, the vibe, you know, where they either have discomfort or they act like I said something funny or weird.
Yeah, because some people don't understand your sense of humor or what you be saying.
Yeah,
so they don't know if you're trying to make a joke or not.
Like my first thought is like, damn, like how do I explain? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's not my first thought is like, oh fuck that bitch, you know?
Yeah.
You know, she just, you know, like it's first inward, then it's outward, you know?
First, I thought you said N-word. I didn't know you said N-word. I thought you said N-word. I was first it's N-word. What the hell are you talking about?
Technically, it's the same word, you know? N-word, yep, you know.
I guess, but it's all about the pronunciation. It's about your... What's the word? What's the word they say?
I don't know, I'm black.
Fuck. Fuck. I hate when you be forgetting shit like that. Like it's right there on the tip of your tongue.
Yeah, you know
the
word and shit. Yeah, that'd be the crazy part. Cause like I would think my intelligence is pretty high, but then I go to speak sometimes
and you're feeling dumb.
Like fuck.
Like there's sometimes when
I be forgetting dumb like stupid words like fucking continue or some shit, and I just be like, can you fuck. Can you start the episode like, bro? It's like, you know.
And there's times, and I don't know why, but there's sometimes when I be talking, and then I'll mix up the first letter of two words like right next to each other. So like, for example, you know, if I say your MacBook Pro, sometimes I might accidentally say MacBook Pro, and I'll be like, and and I say it naturally like I was meaning to say that, and then I don't even mean to. I think I'm dyslexic a little bit, but shit like that would just be freaking me the fuck out. I'm like, how do nigga, I'm not 3. Like, I'm not 3 years old. I can talk, bro.
I'm an adult. Like, I was thinking about, like, you know, because when I was writing songs, I was thinking about, like, you know, making a bar. Mm-hmm. You know, like, I'm trying to be specific, but I say Pacific, but I ain't never been to that part of the ocean. Like, cause like a lot of black people.
That was fire.
Like, cause like a lot of fire. Like a lot of black people say Pacific, right? But we ain't never been to Pacific. Mm-hmm. Like, you feel me? Mm-hmm. Like, so why the fuck is that in our vocabulary? Like, think about it.
Or like ask or ax.
Yeah, like, bruh, like
I ask a question.
Yeah, and I'll say ax too, but
it's like you ain't never chop down a tree.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying?
You ain't never chop down a tree.
It's like it's crazy. Like,
I think
we learn some shit.
I think it's just the dialect of where you grew up. Who is that? Do we get a special guest phone call? Nah. But that's just how I feel like, you know, it depends on where you're raised, depending on, you know, the dialect. Because there are different dialects and you know, accents and shit like that. Like, I'm from originally Massachusetts.
Y'all shit's horrible.
So there's the
the
Boston accent. Like, there's
you guys are along the you know, Baltimore, Tennessee, fucking and Massachusetts, Boston area, Wisconsin motherfuckers. Y'all be having the fucked up accents and shit. Or nigga just be like Texas too sometimes.
I don't like, but
y'all be fucked up.
Yeah, but yeah, and then it's funny because, you know, when I came down here, I thought that you guys were, you know, talked all fucked up. Like it was just it just depends on where you're at. You know, you guys, you know, you say, you know, you say y'all down here.
Y'all, you know what I'm saying? But like ours has like a swag effort to it. Like you know how you, like when you was a jit, you had that walk when you were sagging and shit. Mm-hmm. And you know, it was like that little glide, but you see other white people doing, they look stiff and shit. Yeah. Like that's how I feel like y'all is. But then y'all accents be all, you hear me? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
That's not how Massachusetts accents are.
I don't know how to do to y'all Boston, Massachusetts, Wisconsin motherfucking accents, but y'all be having like, it's just like this uptight type shit where it's just like, bro, what the fuck you just said?
Not even, bro. I'll pull up bro. No, you tripping? I'll pull up a Boston accent right now.
Do it. You know what I'm
saying? Like it's just it's really let's see if I can, my best Boston accent I can do. Like, for example, I can't say when I say Palm Harbor, that's how I say Palm Harbor like I would from Boston, because I can't. Fuck you. Like, I can't. Palm Harbor. That's
Palm Harbor.
Because I have to try to say Palm Harbor. Like, that's weird to me.
Yeah, see, y'all just slow than a motherfucker.
No, that's not slow. It's just how they say it.
It's just how stupid.
They just talk quick. I don't know.
Nah, because like there's a southern drawl where we'll mix words and stuff. You know, like we don't say this like the same words, but
Yeah, but then you also have the people that you know, the yee motherfuckers. They don't really understand what they be saying unless you be talking about, you know, and when you be in the brisket and, you know, you be drinking the bus and you know what I'm saying when you talk about like that, man. You know what I'm saying?
Let me end it here.
2020 on more, man. You know what I'm saying?
Before you get
like Boomhauer on King of the Hill. Hey, King of the Hill. Shout out King of the Hill.
This episode 16. You know.
This is episode 16 of the WTG Podcast. Thank you for listening. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And
peace.
Yeah, that's it. Peace. Hey, it's your host Brad here. I want to thank you for watching the video. And if you like what you see, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more. Peace.